Hey everyone, Simon from the safety division, of course. So I've been asked to say a few words about, I guess, what we do as a division, because the bulk of the people that work are in rehab, admin, PHAR, like all the other sort of stuff that we do. So it's trying to give you a bit of an overview about what it's like in the day of a safety consultant. You're going to hear from our guys as well. First thing I want to say is we've got the greatest safety team that we've ever had in the history of Recovery Partners. Everyone's got these individual skills and collectively they're just such a tight unit and support each other. It's fantastic. Me personally, I've just got home. I've been with a construction company today, so I personally today have finished building a safety system for them and really been just introducing that safety system to them, and I guess giving them an overall, a bit of a training session, if you like, about if you're going to implement this without my help, hoping they want my help, then this is where I'd start, this is why, and this is how you'd go. So that's been my day today. Enjoy your day on Friday, and I hope the other guys give you a bit of an insight as to what us safety geeks do. Thanks.
The main types of clients and industries that I look after at Recovery Partners for safety would be construction and manufacturing, but I also do a little bit of hospitality clients because I have some experience in that field.
Hello, my name's John Shee. I'm a senior worker and safety consultant with Recovery Partners. What types of clients and industries do I look after? Basically, I look after the hospitality industry, also home care, NDIS, warehousings. So it is varied in who I deal with and the clients I deal with.
Hey, my name is Dimitri and I work with the safety team at Recovery Partners. The clients that I work with are mainly food manufacturing and construction. There's also Southern Cross, which is support workers for disabled and elderly people.
A typical day is hard to describe because they do vary, but usually it would involve some site visits with clients, any active works they have going or projects, and maybe going back to their head office to participate in safety meetings or to create safety documentation for their various programs and operations.
Describe a typical day on site with a client. Look, there's no typical day. It all depends on what's happening on the day, and anything can come out of left field. A typical day may include doing a workplace inspections, being involved in a work health and safety committee, doing a risk assessment, doing incident investigation. All depends on what has been set out for the day, and that can change at a moment's notice.
A typical day on site for me, let's talk about Fish and the Family, would include inspections, education with the workers, also gaining a little bit of feedback.
I find it's a good mix for me, where the majority of the time I'm out on site, which keeps things interesting for me, keeps me close to the client, being able to work with them. But about maybe a third to a quarter of the time might be office days we can be used.
How much time do I spend on site compared to the office? That depends on what's happening. Some I can do remotely. This morning I did some bonded asbestos training awareness online. Sometimes most of my training I can do has been done either online or in person at the client's office. So most of the time, it's about, in the last 2 weeks, I've probably been in the office once. So it does vary.
Usually the first 3 weeks of the month I'm out doing that, and then the last week of the month I am working from home on documentation, further toolbox talks, end of the month reports, things like that.
My favourite client historically would be a company we worked closely with for a number of years called MetSquare. We're a large tier 1 level construction formworking company, purely because their works were interesting, their projects were interesting, they had a lot of various things going on, and it was all to a very high level and high standard. So yeah, it kept things very interesting.
So who's my favourite client and why? At the moment, my favourite client would probably have to be the Mounties group. Mounties runs 8 separate sites from the Central Coast to Manly to the West, and basically I travel around to all 8 sites and spend at least 2 to 3 days a month in the PNC office at Mount Pritchard. And basically they're a fun group to work with and very on the ball when it comes to working on the safety, since I've been mentoring them. So that's why they're just a fun group. Okay, thank you for your time.
I think my favorite part about Fish in the Family would be that I get to deal with the whole business, including the workers, the managers, the directors, and sort of tapping into a lot of parts of safety, plant and equipment, chemicals, obviously manual handling, things like that, processes and reviewing them. I would probably say they're my favorite client because I spend the most time with them. But at the same time, with Return to Work for Southern Cross, I do get to work with people who are usually of age themselves, who are looking after others, and I really respect that. And it's important that they stay healthy through education and also through the recovery process to ensure that they can come back and serve their clients. And with construction, obviously there's a lot to learn. It's constantly evolving. There's different tiers, and it's probably one of my favorites too because I get to deal with a diverse group of people, from site managers to advisors, directors too. So that's my typical month at Recovery Partners as a safety consultant.